Hey everyone, it's Sierra. Welcome to or back to my channel. So today I am going to show you guys how I made my very own Z palette. Now this palette would hold 54 of these standard size eyeshadows. And yeah, it cost me under $10 without decorations to make. So if you guys are interested and want to see how I made this, then just keep watching. So the first thing that you'll need is a book of some sort. I'm just using an A4 notebook because I want my palette to be large, and this was just $1.50 from Kmart. Now you need some sort of like cutting tools. I used scissors and a Stanley knife, and I used a kitchen knife as well, but I didn't show that here. A ruler, obviously, for measuring things. Double-sided tape. I have 3 different sizes, but one size is fine. You can always cut it if you need to. A magnetic sheet. It's self-adhesive on the back, so this was like super handy. That's $2.99 just from a $2 shop. I've got 2 different types of like contact to wrap the book in, and then a piece of foam board. And this was the most expensive thing. This was $5. So to start off, you just need to remove the pages from the book. So I'm just cutting carefully, just like in front of the binder, I guess, not right on it, because then you'll ruin the book. So I'm just cutting along the binder to remove the pages. And you have to cut on both sides. So I'm only showing you one side of it, but you have to do it on both. Now I'm going to wrap the book. This is pretty self-explanatory. I wrap like both of the outsides and then one side of the inside, because that's what you'll see. You won't really see the other side. So I can pretty much show you better than I can explain to you here how I'm doing this. But I'm getting my little brother just to keep his fingers on the corners there, just to help hold it down while I wrap the book. But you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just pushing out the air, like the air bubbles that would be in there. And then I'm lifting it up just so the contact kind of bends with the book, so I'm not just wrapping it flat. And then I'm pushing down and pulling the backing off as I go. So in a second you'll see 2 little arrows appear, and I'm just showing you that I've put the backing back on those sides because I'm going to be cutting off the excess contact on the inner part, because the outer contact is going to fold over just to give it a clean line. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute, but I'm just explaining why those arrows were pointing there. Now I am going to close it. So I'm just cutting like little diagonals on the corners and folding them in, and then I do that on every corner, as you can see. Okay, so this is where what I was saying before will make sense. I'm cutting off the inner bit of the contact, and I'm going to fold the outer portion inwards. Now I'm just trimming the excess off because I really don't need that much. I want it to look as neat as possible. So yeah, I'm trimming off the excess, cutting the corners like I did before. And because this contact doesn't like to stick to itself, I'm just putting some double-sided tape down just to hold that bit down. And then I trim that again later to make it neater. So now that's done, I am just going to put a little bit more contact on this side. So I'm just cutting a strip And then after this, we will clean up the binder, because you can see the binder still looks a little bit rough. So for that bit, I just take the thicker piece of the double-sided tape. It's like the perfect size for the binder. I pop that in there, and then I stick down a piece of contact that is the exact same size, and that's all I do for that. Now I'm putting the magnet on, and I'm just trying to put that like somewhat in the middle as I can. It's on a little bit of an angle, but you can just trim it and cut it off later once the border's stuck down. So for the border, I'm just making a centimeter cut inwards, like I'm going a centimeter in and then doing a line and then doing that all around the sides. I'll show you here so you can see what I mean. Yeah, see, it's about a centimeter in. And then yeah, once I do that, I pop out the middle, and this is my border. So you can leave the border just like this, and this is how it will look, but I decided that I wanted to wrap it in marble. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do. So yeah, you can just leave it like this if you want, and then that's your palette done. But I have decided that I'm going to wrap mine. So I've just cut a piece of that marble contact, just like about the same size. And I am just sticking that down on here. And I'm just going to cut a square out of the middle, just like this. And then cutting little diagonals in every corner and then folding it over. Now don't worry about like this side being too messy, because this is going to be the part that, like the side that we stick down onto the palette anyway. So the back of this doesn't really matter. And this bit will be the back. So now that I've done all the insides, I'm going to do the same with the outside. I'm going to cut the corners like I did, and then just fold them over and trim away the excess when you need to. And this is what it's going to look like once I've finished doing that. This is what the border looks like. Now it is time to stick it down, so I'm going to put double-sided tape. I'm just making sure it fits here. I'm just going to flip it back over in a second. There we go. I'm going to flip it back over, and I'm going to take the second thinnest double-sided tape, so the middle one, and I'm just going to put that all the way around just so it's nice and sturdy and stuck on there. And then once I've done that, peel it all off, stick it all down, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now you can add some like tiny little magnets to the top and the bottom side if you want to, but I don't ever take my palettes traveling or anything. They're always just sitting in my drawers, so having a latch on it or something to keep it shut doesn't really bother me. So yeah, these are the two zip palettes I made, and I love the way they turned out. I'm going to open these, show you on the insides, and with the pink one I'm going to pick it up and shake it for you to show you that the eyeshadows are sturdy in there and that they're not going anywhere. But yeah, this is the end of the video, and if you enjoyed it or you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hold up.